It was in his Republic that Plato articulated the basis of the future totalitarian state, ruled by the elite or, quote, philosopher kings, or, quote, guardians, instructed in the Kabbalah. Essentially, the Republic provided the basis for all future Illuminati projects, including communism, the elimination of marriage and the family, compulsory education, the use of eugenics by the state, and the employment of deceptive propaganda methods. According to Plato, quote, all these women shall be wives in common to all the men, and not one of them shall live privately with any man. The children too should be held in common so that no parent shall know which is his own offspring, and no child shall know his parent. End quote. This belief is associated with a need for eugenics, as the, quote, best man must cohabit with the best woman in as many cases as possible, and the worst with the worst in the fewest, and that the offspring of the one must be reared, and that of the others not, if the flock is to be as perfect as possible. End quote. More pernicious still is his prescription for infanticide, quote, the offspring of the inferior, and any of those of the other sort who are born defective, they will properly dispose of in secret, so that no one will know what has become of them. That is the condition of preserving the purity of the guardian's breed. End quote. It is for this reason that Plato has been at the centre of all esoteric philosophy ever since, and been extolled by all the leading philosophers of the Illuminati, for whom he articulated the vision of a new world order, like Kant, Hegel, Nietzsche, and recently Leo Strauss, the guru of the neoconservatives that have embarked American proxy wars in the Middle East on behalf of Israel. Strauss, like Plato, taught that within societies some are fit to lead, while others only to be led. For Strauss, it was Machiavelli who initiated the Enlightenment, by rejecting the purely theoretical world of Plato in favour of a more practical interpretation of reality, thus creating political science. For Strauss, in accordance with Machiavellian thinking, virtue would not be applicable, because no regime could meet its standards. Rather, a new regime should be created by accepting, understanding, and harnessing man's tendency for self-interest or, quote, human nature. Strauss thought that those who are fit to rule are those who realise there is no morality. Therefore, Strauss believed the world to be a place where policy advisors may have to deceive their own publics, and even their rulers in order to protect their countries. If exposed to the absence of absolute truth, the masses would quickly succumb to nihilism or anarchy. They, quote, can't handle the truth. Thus, according to Strauss, it is necessary to maintain these pious frauds, or, quote, the noble lie, as Plato would have referred to it. Finally, like Thomas Hobbes, Strauss believed that the inherently aggressive nature could only be restrained by a powerful nationalistic state. In other words, fascism. Quote, because mankind is intrinsically wicked, he has to be governed, end quote, he once wrote. Quote again, such governance can only be established, however, when man or men are united, and they can only be united against other people, end quote. According to Sadiq Drury in Leo Strauss and the American Right, quote, Strauss thinks that a political order can be stable only if it is united by an external threat, end quote. Ultimately, as Drury clarifies, quote, following Machiavelli, he maintained that if no external threat exists, then one has to be manufactured.